How many hours do you sleep?
8 to 9 usually.
Oh, nice.
I think the same as him, probably.
8 to 9 hours, yeah?
About 6.5.
6.5.
On average,
On average.
6, 7.
I'm at 5 at the moment. It's terrible. I work too much, so I'm down at 5. I get to sleep at about 12, but then I go to the gym. I wake up about 5:30. So
Wow.
yeah, I need to improve that.
Not enough. Probably 5 to 6.
Wow. And yourself?
Probably 8 to 9. I would say 6 hours.
Yeah, for me too. 6 hours, not more than that.
Do you feel rested with that amount of sleep?
I get used to it sometimes, but not really, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
And yourself?
Sometimes I work better off like minimal sleep, but depends.
No.
And why'd you say that?
I think I wake up like a lot during the night and don't get deep sleep.
No, unfortunately, no.
Now, when you have long days at work, it's hard to sleep only 6 hours. I would like to sleep a bit more than that, I have to say.
No, not at all. I'm suffering every morning. It's usually 1 or 2 coffees, and then I'm fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for identifying this problem I have.
You know what? I'm just going to go off the coffee. Like, are you going to do anything about it?
No, I've had a plan to do something about it for a long time.
Okay.
But work makes it tricky, so does trying to keep up with gym. But yeah, maybe in 2 or 3 years I'll sort myself out. Yeah.
Nice. And you said 7 or 8?
6.
6. Okay, that's still not. I mean, everyone says you need to get 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
Is that a concern for you? Do you feel rested with that amount of sleep?
Nah, I should probably have a bit more. Yeah. Not too rested, but yeah. Similar to him, I don't do gym in the morning, but I just work and stuff like that.
And how long does it take you to fall asleep?
It takes me a good amount of time. I'd say 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Can I ask why that is?
Because I think when I go to sleep, I process things that have happened during the day or throughout the week, and then I kind of dwell on things, and my mind isn't at rest, it's constantly working. Yeah, it's something that I need to work on, to be honest.
Before I got to you, like, do you think that's typical of people, I'm going to say we're similar age, do you think that's typical of younger people, of not being able to sleep that quickly?
I'm not sure. I think like a lot of my friends can just go home and nap. I don't think I've ever taken a nap because it takes me hours to fall asleep. And I think also, like, you know, I just think about fears and stuff like that just keeps me awake, and then I panic and then I can't sleep.
Yeah, I get you.
So I'm not really sure. I've got a few friends who I think I'm the one of my friends who sleeps the least, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah.
What about you? How long does it take you to fall asleep?
If I'm really tired, really not long at all. Probably like 10 minutes. But if I'm not tired, it'll take me hours. I remember when I was younger, it was really hard for me to get to sleep. Like, it took me a couple hours. But I think as I grow older, like, just because I'm doing more in the day, makes me tired.
I can usually get to sleep in like 10 minutes.
10
15,
minutes?
yeah, quite quickly.
I think probably 30 minutes.
10 minutes.
That is impressive.
Well, 'cause I'm very tired, so it doesn't take a while. As long as I have no coffees after midday, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, similar, because I usually exhaust myself to the max and then go bed.
Not too long, probably like around like 20 minutes, something like that. Yeah.
A bit longer for me, about an hour, you know, when you're on the phone before going to bed and that kind of stuff, makes you sleep late. I think that's why the hours are not so long. It's because I go to bed really late, but I think the phone has a big impact on it.
Do you have a sleep routine? Like, do you do anything that helps you with your sleep?
Not really. It'd be nice to, but I think life is so busy that it's hard to stick to something like that.
No, to be honest.
You mentioned coffee at a certain time. Anything else?
Yeah, obviously turn off the coffees. I used to do this a bit, no more. I used to have a sauna before I'd go to sleep, but now I do that in the mornings. But that was very good. If someone struggles with sleep, I'd recommend sauna, a cold shower, and then sleep.
I'm not sure you're in a position of giving people much advice after 5 hours of sleep.
That's very true. That's very true. Perhaps don't listen to me then.
Yeah, I won't have coffee or tea, or I would try to not drink right before I go to sleep. Otherwise, I will wake at night. So rather than that, not really. But no, simply.
For me, it's more related to food than drinking anything. I like having like a big lunch, but for dinner I try to eat as light as possible, so I don't have to digest everything before going to bed. I think that helps.
The theme we've had today from all the other people who've asked is that they feel that we're not getting a good amount of sleep nowadays because of phones. That's the thing I keep hearing. Do you think that is a concern for you? You lot keep saying work. Is it work or phones or both? Or
It's work for me mainly. I have time limits on my phone, which keeps me away from bad apps. And also, I deleted Instagram, Facebook, the lot. So I try and control that as much as possible because it's very bad for your brain. But sometimes you get locked into the algorithm for half an hour, and it does push back the sleep schedule, unfortunately.
Yeah, so
So
similar to him, I deleted my Instagram probably 6 months ago, but you just find mechanisms of going around it. So we were actually just talking about this as we were walking, about how I'm now way more on Facebook Reels, and I don't like it. So I was thinking I'm gonna delete that as well.
I think it's because there's always something to think about when you're on your phone, and then if you think about stuff, then it makes it harder to go to sleep.
and you?
I think because at night it's darker. If you're on your phone at night, it produces light.
Yeah,
So- So, you know, if you're not supposed to see that much light at night, so maybe because of the light you stay awake.
Do you think people sleep better nowadays compared to, let's say, 2 to 3 years prior? Let's go before lockdown.
I think people slept better before lockdown, honestly, because during lockdown, I think people got used to being on their phones a lot to communicate with others.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you get used to being on your phone, it makes it harder to sleep.
For sure. Why so?
I think I agree with him. It makes it hard to sleep if you're on your phone.
I think probably worse because we have more distractions. Like having your phone right next to your bed means that, like, I think it probably affects your quality of sleep.
No, you probably got better sleep before, because I feel like social media has just gotten so good at capturing people's attention that you just get kind of sucked in and kind of drains you. And then you, with all the blue light and stuff like that, it's just not good for your eyes as well. So.
Yeah, I think the algorithms these days are killing people. So it's and
they're
particularly
killing the game.
Yeah, particularly the sleep. It's so harmful.
That's a good question. I'd say, in general, I think people are more on edge now. You know, I think the pandemic made people paranoid about, obviously, the coronavirus, but also other stuff in general. And I guess that would prohibit people from sleeping so well.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it made people very like aware of the social problems in the world. Yeah, so probably harder, but I guess it depends on the person. No, it's fine. It just depends on the person.
I think now, because of the phone, of course, it's harder to fall asleep. But thanks to the new way we live in big cities like London or Paris, with working from home, that kind of stuff, there are a lot of ways to get more sleep in the morning. So I think some people can get 1 or 2 extra hours in the morning thanks to the remote work and that kind of things. And you also don't feel stressed by taking public transportation when you have to go to work and that kind of thing. So you don't anticipate the stress, and it makes you sleep maybe a bit longer and wake up in a better mood. So I think you feel in a better shape. So the current situation with all the electronics has a bad impact for some stuff, but for others it helps. So there are positive things to take away from that.
Are you worried at all about the long-term effects of both of your sleep times?
Yes.
And if you're
You know the answer. Yes.
yeah, and if you are so concerned, I know you lot are working obviously right now, right? Why is it still, because sleep's obviously so important to your health, why do we still not prioritize getting that amount of sleep?
You want to answer?
I think, why do we not prioritize it? I don't know, you just get sucked into different things, really. I think for me, as I was telling you, nowadays it's like Facebook Reels, and then YouTube as well. Like I feel like I go down the YouTube rabbit hole, hardcore. So, and obviously those have like algorithms to keep you keep you going. So I think it's not by choice, because if it was by choice and you were doing it consciously, you'd obviously sleep 8+ hours every day. But yeah.
This might be slightly toxic, but I'm young, I'm full of energy. I feel like I don't need 8 hours sleep. I feel like I operate well off 6 hours or so. So it's toxic, but I don't think I need it.
I do, because I know now I'm young, I'm only 25, so it doesn't seem like a problem at the moment, but I know when my body will be older and maybe weaker, in some ways. It will be hard, so I have to be careful about this. But I also believe that there are some natural ways that will be found, not only medicines to make you fall asleep or anything, but some natural ways will be much better and much more efficient. So I hope in the future it will help everyone, and the fact that we're weaker would be not such a problem.
You?
Yeah, I think it will impact our health in the future, and yeah, because of the side effects. I think it's a great way to get in shape, having like right amount of sleep. But yeah, so
I've never really, even when I was little, I could never really fall asleep, and it's a bit embarrassing, but I have a fear of the dark, so that definitely plays a factor in falling asleep. But it's like I've always been scared of the dark, and I think that's the main reason why I can't fall asleep, maybe. And I don't think that's a fear that will ever really go away. But I guess I need to like kind of work towards finding solutions to the problem, and how to work around issues like that.
Thank you very much.